Go Get It Nation. Welcome to the happy hour of marketing power. We're going to be doing 5 and 5 on 5-5 on Go Get It Live right after this. Yo, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? This is Go Get It Live. Let me know you're here. Drop me a comment there. So don't forget to share this episode too. As always, I look forward to answering your questions. But today, it's Cinco de Mayo. And we're calling it the happy hour of marketing power. And today we're going to be doing 5 and 5 on 5-5. That's 5 elements to a winning website. That is 5 basic ways you should be marketing your website. Plus, if you stick with me till the end, guys, there's going to be a bonus 5. 5 other mistakes you guys are probably making with your website. So let's get the party started, shall we? Let's go get it. Hey now, thank you for tuning in to Go Get It Live. I'm Corey Dissin, the undisputed heavyweight champion of content. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the show. A little reminder, if you could please hit that little itty bitty share button. Let's let the masses know you're here to join the party. Let's see what we can do to spread the Go Get It gospel. Maybe you might even tag a friend in a comment or two. I really appreciate that. Yes, today it is May the 5th, and it just so happens we are running a Go Get It Live show on Cinco de Mayo. So if you guys happen to have a drink handy, a cocktail, feel free, have fun, enjoy yourself. I'll have a virtual one with you. But today it is 5 and 5 on 5-5. If you remember the old Chuck Woolery days on Love Connection, 2 and 2. back in 2 and 2. Today we're going to do 5 and 5, and that's 5 elements to a winning website. It's also 5 basic ways you should be marketing your website, plus a bonus 5. 5 other mistakes you are probably making with your website. I'm going to fill you in on that and give you guys free access to a link that's going to contain that information at the end of the program. So you know what time it is. After we do our little intro, it is time for the shout outs. Now I'm going to mow through some of the folks here who are commenting, saying hello. Going to give you guys a what. Hey Matt, what's going on in the UK? Jim the Big Dog Cooper in the house. Thank you for joining us. Linda Poff. Hola amigo. High five to you as well. Drew Graham, my new brother from another mother with the same haircut, right? My man. How you doing, brother? Miracle Mitch. Curtin in the house. How you doing? Steve Tardio, my friend. Stephanie Toro, a new member of the Go Get It Express. Yes, let's in fact get it, shall we? Chris Jones, the Bow Nose VO, checking in with us. Jeff Zapp. What's going on, Jeff? Thank you for joining us. David from Veteran VO, totally kicking tail with his content. Loving it, buddy. John Malone. Yes, we are on Go Get It Live, but we have in fact also entered the Malone Zone. John, thank you for joining us, my friend. Pam Rossi, how are you? Thanks for checking in. Mike Carnes. What's up, brother? Derek Dorsey checking in with us. Derek, how are you, my friend? Turn up the bass, my man, right? Who else is here with us? Lance Huff, what's up, everybody? Melissa Del Toro. You're going to love what you hear when you hear Melissa Del Toro. Thank you for joining us, Melissa. Will, he says that is one badass intro. You know what? I think you're right. It is. And thank you for saying that. Let's see who else is with us here. John McBride, how you doing, kid? Hey, you are welcome. I'm going to try to do this every week. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to do the best I can. Elaine Dissin. Who is she? She is my lovely queen. She is downstairs. Thank you for your support, my dear. Let's see who else is joining us. Anybody else? Well, here's your opportunity one more time to get a shout out if you're on the program with us, and whether you're watching this live, I appreciate that, or you happen to be watching it on the replay. Please do not forget to share, tag your friends in the comments, spread this around. Heck, it is free information, people. I'm giving you free information. Take it, run with it, share it. So, let's get on with the program, shall we? So, in case it's not readily obvious to you, and if it is, forgive me, call this a refresher for you right now. Hey, Dan. Sorry I'm a little late on the shout out. And Wayne. Oh, it's Wayne and Laura Rice. Thank you for joining us, guys. So real quick, in case it's not obvious to you, if you have a voiceover business, of course, you got to have the professional demo. You got to have the professional home studio mic. We're not talking about USB mics and laptops here. We're talking about some legit gear. But you need to have a website. If you don't have a website, folks, you don't have a voiceover business. You might have a nice hobby. You might have a nice leisure activity, but you don't have a voiceover business. So, you know, I interact with a lot of voiceover talent, whether they're calling me, asking me for marketing advice, or they're just interacting with me on the different social channels, and I take a peek. I'm checking up on you. I want to see what you're up to. And I see some of you guys out there that you kind of don't have a website. And can you imagine if you're trying to go out and get business? You know, the first thing these folks are doing, they're checking you out. They're doing their due diligence. They're seeing if you have a website. And if you don't have a website, you don't have a storefront, and you don't have a legit operation. It's all about perception, you guys. You got to have a professional looking website. And there's no excuse why you shouldn't have a website, because you have different tiers what you can be doing. You can't say, I don't have enough money to have a website. Well, I've seen plenty of nice DIY websites built on things like Wix or Weebly or GoDaddy or Squarespace. I'm even seeing commercials now for Constant Contact, which is a mass email program, but they're offering a free website builder along with their subscription. So you can be DIYing a website for nothing or next to nothing. Or you could take it up a notch. Maybe you have a few bucks, but nothing crazy. Pick a freelance website, a Craigslist, Upwork, wherever. You can find a cost-effective web designer, pretty modestly priced, that can help you put together a professional website. Or if you really want to go first class, you go and hire a really professional designer. There are web designers all over the place, whether it's someone local or whether it's someone you find online. And guess what? There are web designers that specialize in websites for voiceover talent. Like I'll give some props right now to Celia Siegel. Celia does a tremendous job. Her creative on her websites is phenomenal. They do a really, really stellar job. Or Joe and Karen over at Voice Actor Websites. Their websites are great. I know a couple of the Go Get It Express members, Rob Morera, and who else uses Voice Actor Websites? Let me think. Someone else just used them. Vivi Kulig uses Voice Actor Websites. So they do a fine job, very reputable. And also, by the way, I can think of one more. Insert shameless plug here. I know a little web design company owned by a certain someone. This guy, the Dissin design team, if you want a kick-ass looking website. So the point is, whether you're starting from scratch, if you're editing your site, if you're auditing your site, or if you're rebuilding, you're blowing one up and you're rebuilding it, you want to make sure there are 5 things that are front and center above the scroll on your website. Now, when I say above the scroll, that's taken from the terminology from the newspaper. They used to say above the fold. That's on the front page of the newspaper before it's folded up. So above the scroll is stuff that should be visible or easily located before your potential client lead prospect starts to click around or scroll. So I'm going to walk you through these 5 things right now. And I hope that I'm restating the obvious, but just in case, let's roll through this real quick. Number 1, your branding. That's logo, tagline, slogan, colors, fonts. That logo of yours, I said this last week in our branding discussion about breaking brand. Your logo that you have created should be large and in charge, front and center, big. Don't make it tiny up in the top left of the navigation bar. Shouldn't be there. That should be like a little icon or something. Have it real big and fat, right in front and center. Get their attention. Make an impact. Make sure if you have a tagline or a slogan, or if your business is, Jim Johnson voiceovers, that's visible right there in the front so everybody knows exactly what you do. Make sure you're using the same fonts and color scheme as your logo. I've seen so many websites where things don't match. It's not cohesive. You want to have one consistent look and feel across all of your platforms. So make sure you have a color palette and stick with it. Number 2, your demo. Don't make me click to find your demo. Don't make me scroll down to the bottom to find your audio. I want to know what you sound like immediately. Oh, and by the way, that demo that I listen to should be both playable right from the site and downloadable from your website. And I'm going to explain to you why that is. Of course, to be able to play it real quick so someone can get an instant idea of what you sound like. But if I'm a production company executive, if I'm a video producer, if I'm an ad agency creative director, and I want to communicate with my client, I don't want to send them to another website to hear you. I want to be able to download your demo to my computer, and I want to be able to email it or play it for them in my office or over the phone. That's when we were still allowed in each other's offices, by the way. But I want to be able to share your demo with my client so they can make a decision. So if your demos are not both playable and downloadable on your website, you need to get that fixed pronto. And I'll also give a plug to a young fella I love doing business with is Bob Merkel over at VoiceSam. He's got a great demo player. It might as well be the industry standard. If you don't have VoiceSam on your website, you really should go check that out. It's very affordable. It's very reliable. And Bob has ridiculously good customer service and tech support if you have his technology embedded into your website. So, number 1, branding. Number 2, demos. Make sure they're playable and downloadable. Number 3, I see this one screwed up all the time, you guys, is you want to make sure your social media icons are at the top of your website. Don't put them on, bury them on a contact page. Don't give me, don't put them on the footer. Make sure they're right up top, because in addition to checking out your website to see if you're legit, we're going to start clicking around on your socials to see what type of social media presence you have, to see what type of following you have, to see if you have any customer testimonials, etc. Don't make me hunt for the social. And I've been pounding this drum to all of you guys. The social media is where the magic happens. So you want to direct people to your social media accounts as soon as possible, okay? So that's number 3. Get those social media icons and links right there above the scroll. Number 4, you want to be able to email. You want to be able to receive an email. You want someone to be able to contact you. Now, some folks are a little iffy about publishing their actual email address on their website, and that's fine. I get that. You don't necessarily have to do that, but you can have a link that says, click here to send an email, or email with a hyperlink that'll automatically open up an email program, or a contact form that you can get someone to quickly get to. That should be right at the top. Contact, email, boom. You don't want to lose a potential customer because they can't figure out how to contact you. Make sure you're emailable on your website. And kind of with that is number 5 is either your phone number or some type of click to call. And that click to call would be evident on a mobile version of your website. And there is technology, it's pretty simple now, that if a good web designer should be able to create a link when it's viewed on mobile to click right to a phone number and make a phone call. So those are the 5 things you want to make sure that are front and center above the scroll on your website. Now let's get into a few things that I get asked about all the time. Can I have this on my website? What do you think about that on my website? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here are some optional items that are okay to put on your website, but they need to be considered as secondary items. And it's okay if they're clickable or scrollable, but you don't want them to take away from those 5 things that I mentioned. So if these things that I'm about to name are interfering with the top 5, relocate them, move them, please. Okay, number 1 is your headshot. Your headshot does not need to be front and center unless it's a part of your logo, like that knucklehead behind me. Number 2, your delivery options, how you deliver audio, not necessary above the scroll, whether that's Source Connect or IP DTL or Carrier Pigeon or however it is, you don't have to have that front and center. Okay, you can put that on another tab or something like that. A blog page. A link at the top of the navigation bar for a blog is fine, but you don't have to load up or junk up the front page of your website with blog articles. Testimonials or credits, to some of the work that you've done, some of your happy customers. That does not need to be above the scroll. That can be, let the client scroll a little bit to find that stuff. A video gallery. A lot of you guys are voicing explainer videos, TV spots, and sometimes you have examples of that work. Unless it is for like a major heavyweight. If you're doing something for McDonald's, if you're doing something for Nike, then you can put maybe that front and center and say, wow, look, I'm the voice of Ford, like Jeff Bell is, for example. But otherwise, if you want a video gallery, make a tab for it, let somebody click on it and be done with it. And last but not least, listings of your gear or studio pics or all that stuff. Number 1, the people that hire you and they're spending money on with you, they probably don't even know the difference as long as you sound good. And the only thing that is sexy too are the other voice talent peers and friends you have out there. So you don't have to put that above the fold on your website. So headshot delivery options, blogs, credits, the video gallery, gear, or studio pics. Now let's talk about a few other things that you need to consider when you're getting your website put together. Number one, it should be built mobile first. That should be kind of standard. I hope it is, whoever you might be using or whatever platform or web builder you might be using. It needs to be built mobile first. And for those of you that don't know what mobile first means, it basically says that it's built so that the screen intuitively adapts or reorganizes so it knows what screen it's being viewed upon. So it looks the same, or rather it fits a screen for a phone or a tablet or a laptop, a desktop, a big HD monitor, whatever it is. It automatically resizes. It should be built on the skeleton that is mobile first. Number two, I did a video about this about a year ago, and I'm going to remind you guys, this is something that's often overlooked, and it could be a minor little piece of text or a little area on your website to remind your clients, is remind folks of when you're available to cut VO, your availability, because some of you guys who are day jobbing it or who are side hustling that might have to dedicate your screen time elsewhere and you might not have the flexibility, you might have to have certain windows of time. And a big thing is your time zone. Don't assume that everybody knows you're in California if you have a client on the East Coast and vice versa. Or if you're in the UK, like my friend Matt Eakins is, he wants to let people know in the United States that he's in the UK so they can account for the time difference. Or if you're down under, or if you're in Canada, like my friend Mark Harrietha, who's joining us on this show today, you want to let folks know of what time zone you're on, okay? And number three, we're going to have a little bit of a more detailed discussion on this because I often have to have this conversation with my clients, whether they have their site built with me or not, is I don't want you guys right now to get overly consumed in SEO, search engine optimization. This is where a lot of folks take their eye off of the ball, okay? You know, I want you to keep in mind a few things. SEO, number one, it's very competitive, especially in the voice talent world. Number two, it's expensive. And number three, it takes a long time to get traction. So, you know, I'll give you an example. I mean, my website, CoreyDissin.com, has been up and running almost 2 years. I am just starting. I'm not even a voice talent, but I'm just starting to make the investment in SEO, doing some things behind the scenes. And I will tell you, it's costing me several $100s a month. And that's not for everybody. So let me give you a little bit of something else to think about as it applies to SEO. Were you aware that 71% of the searches on Google, 71%, more than 7 in 10, capture their click-throughs on the first page of the listings? And then 6 more percent, so the next 6%, 72 to 77% in that range, are captured on pages 2 and 3 combined. 2 and 3 combined. So almost 80% of the searches are captured in the first 3 pages of the listings every time you put a search in. And specifically, I did a little experiment, okay, for you guys. I recently did 2 searches on Google. The first search I did was for voice talent. Those 2 words. You type in voice talent. You know how many results I got? 617 million. 617 million results for the search term voice talent. And guess what? The first and only sole proprietor, the person just like you who is a voice talent, an entrepreneur who has their own voiceover business, there was only one that came up, and that person didn't even appear until page 3. As another test, I searched the term voice over. Voice over. That one, 2.2 trillion results. 2.2 trillion. And just like the term voice talent, the first and only sole proprietor came up on page 3. Now, keep in mind, a majority of the top results that popped up were all these voiceover companies and casting websites. And you know who the usual suspects are. And they're taking a lot of your monthly and yearly subscription fees and reinvesting them into SEO or to pay-per-click advertising. So just think about that. About 77% of all of those searches are selections are being made before page 4. So even if you started today and you started investing a lot of money each month, it would take you several months, several months to crack into the top 4 pages. And, I didn't even include the paid listings. So you had to skim through all the paid listings first, the ones that say ad next to them. Then you get the organic listings. So it's like, why would you invest all that time and money for a 20% chance of winning? That's not a bet that I would make, okay? So I contend you can maximize your impact faster by investing time and generating content for your social media platforms. Remember I told you what the 5 or 6 social media links should be at the top of your site? Imagine your website as a small hub of a motorcycle wheel, and all of those socials are spokes. You want to get people on those spokes to get to know you better, and that's how you can build a following from your website. Now, all that being said, having a website and directing attention to it is not a lost cause. There are things you can do for low to no money to direct attention to your website. And I'm going to give you 5 simple things you need to be making sure you can be doing to market your website, to direct attention to your website. Number 1, make sure your website URL is properly embedded on all of your social media profiles. All of them. I see it all the time. One of the first things I have to walk talent through is, hey, on LinkedIn, you don't have your website. Oh, you got to add your URL to Instagram, to Twitter, so on and so forth. Make sure your URL is listed on all of your social media profiles. Number 2, make sure you have a hyperlink to your website in your email signature. We talked about last week that your email signature should be branded with your logo. Well, the other piece is have a hyperlink so people can click right from your email signature, boom, right to your website, okay? Number 3, this is a big one that is skipped all the time. In your social media direct messages, include your hyperlink, okay? You can send a little quick message. Hey, thanks for listening to my demo, Corey, www.coreydissin.com. Just paste it right in there. It gives another person another opportunity to view your website. Number 4, you could send out an email to your clients if you're going to refresh your site, or if you have a new site built, or if you haven't done this before, and saying, hey, check out my website. Here's the link. Here are my demos. Here are my social media links. Just send a little promotional email to say, this is my website. And you want to be making sure anytime you send out a promotional email that you have your website listed on that email, because you never know which time someone has actually read or opened your email. Don't take it for granted. I emailed them before 3 weeks ago. Put it in there again. Let them see it again. And last but not least, if you're going to be, advertising your website, put it in your social media feed. Here's the so-and-so page of my website. If you have an exact link, pop that in there. It creates a thumbnail. And for Instagram, if you can't, put the hyperlink and create a thumbnail, take a screenshot of it and say, hey, here's the section of my website devoted to VoiceSam or devoted to my social, whatever it is. Take little screenshots of your website and recycle it as content on your social. So that's your 5 and 5, like I mentioned. And I promised you a bonus 5. Okay? So the bonus 5, here's how you get it. Shoot me a message. You can put it in the comments now. You can send me a direct message. You can email me and say, hey, send me access to the bonus 5, and I'm going to send you a link to 5 other mistakes you're probably making with your website. A lot of detailed information. It's pretty cool. Well, let's get back on the shout-out horn, shall we? And maybe we can answer some questions too. So I'm going to scroll through here. Let's see who I missed. Let's see here. Okay, Chris D'Alessandro. It's about the voice. You want to see a cool website? Check out her website. Pretty sharp, cool logo too. Melissa Maloney, happy to be here. Thank you for including your Emojo logo. And Melissa, thank you for tagging Janelle in the comments too. And Vivi, yeah, Joe Davis and his team do a great job. Chad Erickson, happy Cinco de Demo from ineedademo.com. My brother, you need your demo refresh, go to Chad. He's the man. Matt plugs his website, mattjamesvo.com. And let's see here. And David puts his web address in there. Chad tagging a few folks. I appreciate that. There's my man Antonio Greco. He's Audio Graffiti. He's got a killer logo. I might happen to know who helped him design that one. Yo, Coach Dana Cavalier, Habits of a Champion. If you haven't bought that book yet on Amazon, as soon as you're done dealing with me, hop on there right now and go buy my good friend Dana Cavalier's book, Habits of a Champion. That will definitely get you pointed in the right direction. D. Allen, what's up, dude? Talking about Wix, thank you so much. Vivi says she loves her logo and visual identity, and Corey rocked it big time. Well, thank you, and really appreciate the opportunity to work with you, Vivi. We know we love you, and she's got an awesome logo, and she gave that to the folks at Voice Actor Websites to put together her website. And Drew Graham says, how do you feel about the auto start feature? I would guess for audio or video. I got no objection to it. It's fine. Any more people know how to click pause or stop. It's no big deal with that. And Steve Tardio mentions that on the first look, he found 3 things needed to update on my website. You know what? That's really true. We had a quick chat. I mentioned a few things, and then in about 22 minutes, he called me back and said, hey, I fixed them all. It was awesome. Mark Harrietha says he loves his VoiceZam player. And Matt says he doesn't have enough demos for VoiceZam, but he's going to go for it soon, and he has heard amazing things. And I said some more amazing things about them today. Let's see what else here. Mark says, are smoke signals still appropriate? Probably not, but some folks still use them. Matt sends his audio via Raven. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. Nevermore. Drew says, will you be offering these in a downloadable format? The 5 and 5, I will not, but Drew, on our next call, I will gladly go over them with you again so you have them. Just remind me. D. Allen says, how many get requests from corporate headhunters for voice technician routers and switching jobs? That happens every so often, especially on like LinkedIn, because people are conducting searches. And a lot of times those folks aren't digging deep enough in your profile to figure out you're a voice talent, you're not in telecommunications. And just kill them with kindness. I got news for you. You never know where your next referral comes from. So play nice in the sandbox with them and keep a good line of communication going with them. Let's see. Chris Jones wants access to the bonus 5. So does Jim Cooper, Mark, Linda. Yep, I got you guys covered. Pam, Jimmy, Celeste. Yes, I will get you the bonus link. Chris D'Alessandro and Jeff, I'll send you the bonus link as well. Tony Jackson, what's up, dude? I'll get you the bonus 5. Lance, I will get you the bonus 5. Stephanie Toro, I will get you the bonus 5. Hey, the Voice Monkey, Mike Christensen's here. He's got a pretty cool website, too. He hired himself a nice designer, did a great job with his site. He's the Voice Monkey. Check him out. Let's see here. Iris. Hi, Iris. We're going to send you the 5 bonuses as well. Rob Reed. What up? Rob rocks. What's up, dude? He's got a badass website, too. You ought to check out his website. Let's see here. Frank Lopes, the legend. My brother from another mother. He himself has a kick-ass book that has just been released. please go visit Frank Lopes on Facebook. Find out about his new book. And right after you order Dana Cavalia's book, go get Frank Lopes' book because you're going to learn something. I've been lucky. I got to hang out with that dude for over 20 years and got to learn from him. You just get to pay a few bucks and buy a book. All right? Matt, we're going to get you the 5, please. Let's see. John, I got you the bonus 5. And let's see here. Mark, yes, I love your branding too. We're going to be working on your website soon on a refresh, I think. And Jimmy, you are welcome. Happy to do this as often as I can. Steve, I'll get you the bonus 5. Mike Carnes, I will get you the bonus 5. Laura Rice, I'm going to get you the bonus 5. Drew, the bonus 5 is coming to you. Chad Erickson says, go get it, Rob. Yes, agreed. So, yeah, hey, Mike, I'll get you the bonus 5 as well. Yep, Wayne, I got you, Wayne. We'll get that for Laura, no problem, the bonus 5. So we're going to do last call here for questions, my people. If you have any questions regarding this website stuff, regarding content marketing, we're going to be talking about social media, entrepreneurial stuff, running your business, whatever it is. This is, kind of open floor here as we start to wrap up. And I'm going to mention a few things here. And if anybody happens to ping me with any questions before I get to the very end of my spiel. Oh, real quick, let me stop here. Rob Morera making a pit stop. The hustle train puts his brakes on momentarily to hang out with Go Get It Live, the VO Hustler, and my La Vosa Nostra, hermano. Derek, I got you the bonus 5 as well, kid. No problem, brother. I will send that to you ASAP following the show. So I'm going to do my little wrap up here, but if there are any other questions when I am done, I will stick around and I will answer them. There is a bit of a delay from when you enter in the comments to when I'm able to answer them. And look, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I really appreciate all you guys being a part of Go Get It Nation. If you haven't already, please let me know that you want the link to the 5 mistakes you're probably making with your website. Oh, 2 questions just pop up. Jim says, if your demos are via video, do you need extra downloadable audio for people to grab? I would say yes. The video is sexy. It will help stop the scroll if you put that on your social media feed. But some of the folks you're dealing with are going to want to simply send an audio file, and they're not going to have the aptitude to be able to rip the audio from your video file on their own. So have that available as an option, an audio-only option. And Pam says, can you explain the screenshot of my site on social? You can use your computer. If you're using a Mac, it's Command-Shift-3, takes a screenshot of your computer, or Command-Shift-4, that allows you to draw a box around anything on your screen, to take a picture of your screen and use that as your visual. So it's a screenshot of page 2 of your website, Pam, and you can use that to put on Instagram because Instagram won't accept links. David says, hey, Rob, I got to hook you up with the 5. No problem, brother. Does SoundCloud have a download option for my site? I have not been able to figure out how to download from SoundCloud. I'm sure there's some app out there to be able to rip it off of SoundCloud. So I would not recommend that you use SoundCloud for downloadable versions. Let's see, what else here? Anybody else with any other comments or questions? Okay, Melissa talks about an embedded SoundCloud player and how you can make the demos downloadable. So let's say, hey, Melissa and David, you guys hook up and figure that one out for each other. So in addition to the 5 other mistakes you're making with your website, I'm going to send you guys that information, all who asked for it. If you did not get your copy of the 20 places you should be breaking brand right now, let me know. I can send you that link. And if you didn't get your copy of the Go Get It Game Plan to help you generate content, both of those resources are still available for you. Just remind me and I could send them out to you. Thank you for helping David, Melissa. I appreciate that. Also, if you haven't taken advantage to go get in the spotlight, if you haven't seen me mention that on the socials and you want to get involved to go get in the spotlight, please reach out to me. It's a 100% $0 way to get in front of thousands of people. Just send me a note about that. I'll send you details. And last but not least, I got a little bit of an announcement to make. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be announcing the next guest that I interviewed on the Go Get It podcast. And I'm going to leave you a little bit of suspense. But this guy is a broadcasting satellite radio heavyweight. Heavyweight. Worked with the biggest of the biggest in radio. And I got to have him held captive for about a 25-minute interview. And we're going to be releasing that tomorrow morning. Because not the episode, just we're going to be indicating who the episode was with. The actual show will be released a week from tomorrow. Let's see here. Any other closing parting shots here? Chris, you didn't get the Breaking Brand sheet. I will get that to you, my friend. And let's see. Linda says, I hope you put my little video up I sent you. Actually slapped on the lipstick for that. I got your video, Linda, and it is in the queue. You will be a part of the Go Get It Spotlight. I appreciate you participating in that. And D. Allen is launching VOTV, Voiceover Television, Best VO Through the Ages. That ought to be interesting. We'll definitely have to check that out. So, guys, I really appreciate you joining me on the show today. This has been Go Get It Live, 5 and 5 on 5-5. And we almost went a full hour here. You know, it's the the happy hour of marketing power. I hope you guys had a good time. You still have plenty of time to get a few beverages in. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Don't kill your significant other while you're in quarantine. And make sure to go get it.